Hey, weirdos. It's Brian again. Ooh, it's been a crazy week, guys. Crazy. It just fucking started. Shit. Or day 2 in here. Ooh, I figured I need to decompress a bit. So I'm going to do some build. I'm still working on that damn Hobby Boss T-34. Or plus, you say the platoon of T-34s. Also, I discovered I needed two more Warlord soldiers. So I'm gonna build a couple of those dudes. Nerd, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Okay, guys, so if you don't know, since we're talking about building and shit, right? We're building and chatting today. We're not painting and chatting, we're building. Nerd has just created an epic Die Glock, which is the bell. Some crazy Nazi myth. Some supernatural, super tech. Whatever the fuck. What is this? Some anti-grav thing? Or it's weird because it's just like the pictures that we see of it are it just looks like a bell-shaped thing. Doesn't have any guns on it. Doesn't have any wings. Doesn't even look like it has a fucking portal to get in it or anything. But anyway, our buddy Nerd has created his own thing, which is fucking awesome. His own version of it. It's got legs and it's got guns and shit. I have to print that up, dude. Annan, what's up, dude? We are just chilling. I'm going to build some shit and just chat with you guys. So the Japanese that I have are a mixture of the Assault Group, which are fucking awesome, and Warlord stuff, which are pretty good. Now, the one thing I hate about Warlord is that they have prone figures. And I'm telling you, it just doesn't. I do not like prone. I don't mind guys kneeling, but prone, it doesn't work for me. They have to be like semi-erect. So I have all. It's like I'm looking through my blisters, right, that I have from my parts box, and it's all these prone sons of bitches. I'm like, no, not into the prone dudes. So there's a kneeling guy, and a guy kind of look like he's squatting, taking a dump. I use him. But I have to admit, Warlords, I like it has all the little bits and bobbles, and you can choose shit. That's pretty cool. They're pretty good sculpts. They look small to me. The Japanese, but I guess they're Japanese, so I'm being racist, calling them small. Anyway. Well, yeah, I mean, I give you that. Snipers, I mean, I give you that. But like, even the light machine gunners, maybe a heavy machine gun crew, like in a prone position or something. But like a squad, squad automatic weapon. I don't know, man. It doesn't look right. It's just like as you're moving them forward and stuff, it just doesn't look right. Because I mean, especially Warlord, they have those big long kind of like oblong like prone bases, and it just looks weird. I'd rather have everybody just running or standing or pointing, or again, kneeling's not bad. I don't have a problem with kneeling, but that's just my personal preference. But yeah, they're Japanese minis. They look so small. I like them though. I dig the minis. They're cool. Grab a head. Like there's always like the only heads I have left are like, well, there's one with the what do you call it? The like netting on the head. I think that's pretty cool. But most of them are just it's the dude with the glasses. Like the Coke bottle glasses is pretty funny. They got like a what Naboo pistols. That's pretty cool. With like the worst sidearms in history. I mean, it does have a lot of. I give you that. These plastics have a lot of versatility and choice to them, which is cool. All right. So what are you guys up to, man? You guys working on anything? Are you just chilling, working and not doing what you're supposed to do? Just gotta find the bits here. Oh, right on. So you got that one finally finished. Okay, that's cool. Very good. But I tell you, there's nothing better, guys, when you finish something. You know what I mean? I mean, we're all collectors. We're all, we got our big old lead piles and, our collection of model kits we haven't done. And hell, I haven't quite got there yet, but like all you 3D printers, I'm sure you guys got massive collections of shit that you've printed up. You just haven't got to painting or some shit. So you kind of hinted at that, nerd, the other day. Wish I could see it. I mean, hell, dude, you get a hold of it'd be like going to a model shop and like there's a clearance sale and you buy like every fucking model that you want from well, shit, where did the head go? Damn it. Has rolled away into the ether. But yeah, it's like you because like with me, you always have that regret, right? You're like, shit, I saw that stuff for sale that day and I should have bought it then because now it's out of print or now it's fucking collector prices and shit and you're like, bleh. But yeah, so you get it when you can, or you're gonna miss out. So don't miss out. Tiki, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. It is, man. Like I was saying, there's nothing better than having stuff finished. You actually getting shit done. That's like when we did when I just we're just getting off of Mini Warmutt's painting challenge. Shit, dude, I did a shit ton of stuff, and I'm just like, awesome. I got shit done. Sometimes you got to trick yourself, guys. Sometimes you got because we fall into the it takes time to do all this shit, right? So it's like, do I want to mess with? Do I want to commit to that right now? Do I want to fuck with it? Every fucking excuse. That's what I say. Like when I try to go to the gym too, I'm like, do I really want to fucking go? Do I want to keep being a fat bastard? I need to do something about it. But yeah, so you just shit. You procrastinate and you just like, ugh. I need to get some. Okay, so guys, I'm not wearing any pants, so I'm gonna turn this thing. I gotta get some bases real quick because I can't build these fuckers if they're not on bases. They're so damn small. I'll be right back. You can look at my my bookshelf right there. Ugh. I know. Riveting television there for you guys. Here's my bases thing. All my various bases here. I got like I'm not fans of the Warlord stuff. They're just too flat. I've been doing this thing for 40 fucking years, guys. So I'm not gonna change my bases all of a sudden. So I like the the traditional kind of raised, beveled type bases. So there's a guy on eBay. Can't remember his name, but dude, you can buy like Games Workshop like bases, the traditional bases, for like $100 for like $10 or $8. I'm just like, shit. So if you run out of bases, don't buy from GW. Don't buy from Warlord. Go to this guy. Let me find that guy's name because he is worthy. I mean, it's an American company too. So if you guys are in the States, it's like almost free fucking shipping. It might be free shipping to be honest with you. Let me check. Let me look on my eBay here. Real quick. Find this guy because he's fucking okay. That guy's a douche. Don't buy from that guy. Okay, so this guy, the awesome dude, is New Way Store. Okay, let me I'll grab a link to him. Yeah, dude. So like I'm looking on his so for a pack of 125 millimeter plastic round bases without unslotted, just bases, $8.97. That's it. Fucking less than $10 for 100. Shit. That's awesome. So like, if you're been meaning to base your stuff or you haven't based any of your shit, there you go. I put that link to that dude's eBay. Go check him out. He's got, and it's just, he just sells bases and he sells like some weird like pegboard hooks and shelf clips, some shit like that. But yeah, so here's 50 32 millimeter plastic round bases with slots in them for like, less than $10. He's got like 60 mil. He's got 90 mil, the big fuckers, the big kind of oblong ones, oval one. He's got the 40 mils, the 32 mils, the 50 mils, the 75 oblong. Then he's got the square ones. Yeah, dude, go check his site out. It's fucking sweet. He's got slotted and unslotted. There was a time where, when I was looking for some bases, I needed some bases, and I was gonna buy some wooden bases. I think Litco was making. I don't know. Somebody was making wooden bases or something like that. I'm like, they were expensive. I'm like, no, not gonna do that. No. I guess I'm a creature of habit. These are the same bases I've had since shit. The original Space Marine box set. it's those bases basically. I think that was really my first like war game, like official like war game, like box set was that the Rogue. Well, so I remember because I was working at Lone Star Comics. It was like 87, 88, sometime around there. 87, 88, and somewhere around there. I can't remember. I think it was 88. Anyway, the first thing I bought, I was working at this comic shop, and I was starting to get into 40K because I had a discount, I had an employee discount. I bought the Land Raider box set that came with 2 Land Raiders inside of it. And then at the same time, I bought the Space Marine, the original Space Marine box set. Why is this not fucking gluing on here? God damn it. But yeah, so I think that was my first like official like gaming box. Oh, I actually bought the Orc, the original Orc box set, because I'm like, I gotta have bad guys, and I gotta have someone for the Marines to fight. So I had that was a little bit more expensive because that was like, no, I think they were the same price actually. They were all metals. The Orc one was all metals, but the Marines were all plastic. I remember like in my youth, whenever we would travel, like every summer we would travel, guys, right? So it's like, damn it. We would go to like, family reunions or camping or whatever the fuck we would do. And shit, whatever town I was in, comic shop, I'd hit every comic shop and every game store in the damn town. I'm like, I'm not gonna be back here. I don't know when I'm gonna be back, so I better hit this bitch and get everything I can because I've already cleaned out the area I live in for cool shit. But yeah, man, I just remember like me and my best friend Jason, we used to go out of town, and we used to like try to find like model shops and shit like that, and just like because he was a big model guy. He was a big vinyl guy, model guy. He would build like this guy's amazing, guys. This guy, fuck. He's like making like Hollywood quality models, man. Painting them up. He's the kind of guy who he just uses primary colors, man. He doesn't buy. He buys the primaries and mixes that shit himself, and for whatever color he wants. He's that fucking hardcore. It just comes natural, this bastard. He's just fucking badass. Anyway, yeah, we would. He was a big vinyl guy. He would get like those Horizon kits, and garage kits and shit. He'd paint them up and stuff because they're cool looking. He didn't, and it's so weird because he was like, he's a big modeler and whatever, but he just never got into gaming. I'm like, dude, he just never got into it. I failed in my duty to bring people to the game. Couldn't even get my best friend to it. It's all good. So you were so Ann, do I know you from somewhere? I'm not sure where I know you from, bro. You sound familiar. Are you working on a thing, Tiki? Working on making that money, getting that degree. I know you're doing that, but I mean gaming wise. The Elf Hero, the head execution. Oh shit. So was this a dark? This is a black. Yeah. So these are your dark elves, right? The black. It's a black Pegasus. So that's an evil. Anything black is, in the name usually means evil. So like, I've been coming home from work, right? Like chilling, and I've been getting on YouTube. It's the Halloween season, and I'm like, I've seen every fucking monster movie on the planet, right? I've seen almost every horror flick you can imagine. Well, except the new shit. I'm not really a fan of the new horror. It's kind of stupid, but anyway. I guess there's some decent shit. Anyway, but I found this site on YouTube called Alter. It's a channel called Alter, and it's mostly like short films, right? Like independent short films and whatnot. There's some good shit on that, guys. A lot of it's shit, but I mean, there's some good flicks on that. You should give it a try. Alter. Pretty interesting stuff. Also was looking last month. I was really getting into like fan films. It's like Star Trek fan films and fan episodes or whatever. They're like the continuing voyages of Star Trek or whatever. It's pretty good. I mean, it's low budget, but I mean, it looks good. The acting's hit or miss. I don't like anything, but yeah, there's some nuggets of some pretty good. Sometimes you get surprised and you're like, hey, that's pretty good. It's nice to like, find something that you never even heard of. You're completely ignorant to what it's about. You have no idea because like even like the new movies coming down the pipe, you see the preview, the trailer, or you hear someone talking about it or whatever. But like these shorts, these independent shorts, shit, man, you don't know what they're about at all. So it's kind of cool just walking into a new movie and not knowing what the hell it is. And being surprised often. But a lot of times it's shit, but whatever. Dude, I'm gonna do a guy throwing a grenade. That'd be cool. Grenade. So the Japanese grenades, guys, right? So they had stick grenades. They had these other grenades. They looked like, well, what they were mortar shells, right? and you could throw them as like a grenade, or you can shoot them off in their fucking knee mortars. That's pretty cool. So like in your game, it's like your troops are out of fucking grenades. Just run over to the the mortar ammo carrier and go, give me some of that shit. Or if your mortar's out of rounds, you just run over there with some of your dudes with their grenades and give them to that dude. Here, shoot this, man. There we go. Here we go. Bayonet or bayonets. I mean, they're Japanese. Japanese always had their fucking bayonets on. It's just what they did. Their tactics was just bayonet everything they could. Remember, so like, y'all have a blog, right, guys? WeirdWorldWar2.com. And I got like hundreds of movies on that thing. But like, I'll look for like old movies, old wartime movies, whatever, anything within the World War II or Weird World War II genre as game. And I found like a bunch of like Japanese World War II movies, like of the day. Like you don't even think about that shit. You think about the jingoistic movies that we saw like in the West. Either British or American. About us kicking ass for against the Axis or whatever. But then you don't think about it. The Axis did the same thing. You don't think about it. The Axis did the same thing, man. They had movies about their guys kicking ass. So like I found a bunch of like German ones, Italian ones, and this Japanese one, right? And they were talking about like it's so weird because it's like a lot of it is like this early war Japanese stuff, which is they're fighting against the Chinese, right? But it's rare that you saw any Chinese like in the movies at all. There'd be explosions and people would get shot at and people dying or whatever, but you just didn't see the enemy much. It was weird. I don't know why that was, but it's kind of interesting. Let's see if that'll even fit. Is that even the right hand? Shit, man. I don't have the instructions. I'm winging it. Winging it. No. Sometimes you gotta wing it, guys. Just gotta wing it. Not a fan of the made up 156 scale that Warlord just created out of their ass. Not a fan of that scale. So I think it's woefully underscaled to 28 millimeter minis. Looks ridiculous. But I do like. Let's see, what is this guy gonna do? I do like 148 scale. That's my preferred scale. Is 148. And let's see, Tamiya had come out like shit, dude. The only people that were doing 148s back in the day was Fumon, which were just basically old Bandai reskins of the old Bandai kits. That was it. Then you'd have some off brands like Atlas, which fucking suck. They're cheap though. These Atlas models, just they're just, again, these are molds that they're probably like 60 years, 70 years old, 50 years old, maybe 60 years old. So I mean, whatever. It's funny because I watched a documentary about like the model business, right? And man, it's fucking crazy. It's like a lot of this stuff is just the same fucking molds. They run them out to each other, or they just buy each other's molds. So it's like only the like really like really like popular companies, I guess, or famous companies or whatever, they're like pushing like making new shit because I guess it's so damn expensive. It's probably easier just to buy the mold than have some sculptor come up with it. But now it's all fucking 3D, I'm sure. So it's like you don't even need that kind of crap anymore. So think about that, guys. So let's talk about the model industry. That's something we don't think about. Like I used to model, like not like model, like naked and spread and all that shit, but like put models together. You guys don't want to see me naked, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, are they even doing that anymore? Are they even using like? I guess they're still like sprues, plastic sprues. When you're buying model kits, they're still plastic sprues. But I mean, it'd be interesting to know like how it all works now. Now with all the 3D printing out now and all that, hell, they're probably 3D printing the mold. Like I don't fucking know. Hell, they can. I watched some documentary or some news report or whatever saying like in the Ukraine, the U.S. gave like Ukraine like some 3D like giant 3D printers, and they're making like those drone boats. Like they can make a drone. They can 3D print a drone boat in like a day. I'm like, fuck, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, that's what I heard. So good to see you, Justin. Yeah, I heard that the money, the cost, the initial, bringing that shit up is expensive, like a mofo. But yeah, I guess you gotta make your money back somehow. I make both of these guys are gonna be grenade chuckers, chucking the grenades. So, you guys out in TV land, are you guys, if you have kids, or even if you don't, I don't shit. Are you guys Halloween people? Do you like go out and do Halloween? Shit, man, my family crazy Halloween people. We go nuts. We go nuts. My daughter goes nuts because she likes the candy. I like dressing up and stuff. I like going out like. So there's a couple things, right, in my world when it comes to Halloween, okay? And this is the big one. There's one rule. No costume, no fucking candy. I don't give a shit. If you can wear normal clothes and just come up with some story, like, because like these damn fucking, Gen Ys or whatever the hell new generation, they come up like they came out like last year. None of them wearing any fucking, they're just wearing their jeans and whatever. I'm like, okay, guys, no costume, no fucking candy. So, what are you? I'll say they go, what the hell are you? I'm like, I ain't giving you any candy till you tell me. And you always got those one kids that are cool. They're like, oh, dude, I'm a psychopath. I'm like, there you go, brother. At least you're dressed up like a psychopath. I can dig that. You look like everybody else. And then and then they'll come up with cool stories. But I hate those fucking kids who just assume that you're gonna, oh, it's Halloween and I should be included. I don't have the money. Okay, fine. Then that's fine. Shit, we used to, what I used to do? Bag over my head, dude. I'm a serial killer. Shit, come on now. And that's so funny. I saw some, I don't know where it was. It was like a sign or something. And it said like, not all children can afford costumes and not, so do not exclude those who don't have costumes or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? It's just insanity. It's just, why even fucking do it if you're not going to do it? No, I don't know. Yeah, the vulcanization molds, yeah, they don't last long too. They high production molds, they burn out really quick. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's so funny because like Melanie won't let me like answer the door anymore. She's like, "No, I'll get it." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, I'll get it, because you'll yell at them and tell them they can't have any candy because they're not wearing a costume. I'm like, damn right. It's like, fuck yeah. What the hell? It's just like, it's Halloween. That's what you're supposed to do. And listen, I'm not a bastard. If this kid is like, it's like a 2-year-old and he's not dressed up like some, what are you, big guy? I'm a monster or what, I mean, shit, that's all. Litmus test is very strict. It's just, you got to come up with something and just assuming that I'm going to give you shit just because you're at the door, kick rocks. You got to put some effort into it to get something out of it. So anyway, it's a life lesson. Let's see, look at that, guys. I'm teaching life lessons at the front door at Halloween. Nowadays it's like, so this is like, it's like the last couple of years, because we lived here a couple of years now, this place. And dude, it's like, so probably around, it's still light out, right? That's when like the little kids come out with like their parents, like the little ones, like, 5 or under, they're out during that kind of dusk time. And that's cool. That's families and it's all cool. And you see all the cute little fucking, kid costumes or whatever. When the lights go down, it's mostly like right when the sun goes down, it's usually like you're probably from you're like 15 or under. So you'll have a mixture. Most of them will be dressed up, right? Most of them will be dressed up. And you'll have cool stuff and, and you'll have those ones that they're dumb fucks and you got a life lesson them. And then they're like, everybody laughs and it's all good. But then, like, we're talking like, fucking 10 o'clock, when you're about to turn the lights off, or that's when you get all your teenagers. And those are the fuckers that don't wear any costumes. None. They're just walking around in big groups, like demanding shit. I'm like, trick or treat, motherfucker. better be something in the costume. Yeah, you guys can trick me all you want. See what happens. I don't think it was funny. It's like, I don't think I've ever been tricked during trick or treat. That's weird. I mean, dude, it's like you don't even have to buy anything. I mean, seriously, just wear a sheet around your head. I'm a ghost. Ooh. I mean, it's just something. It's just showing the effort. That's it. It's the effort. Again, I'm not asking for much. Just a little fucking effort. Because I mean, I'm putting money into it, it's like a social contract. It's like, all right, social contract is I want to see a cool costume or hear a cool story about why you're dressed the way you are. Okay, and then boom, here you go. Some candy. Enjoy. But yeah, you gotta give a little to get something. It's just doesn't just fucking flop out of the air and on your face. But yeah, shit, man. In my neighborhood, so I grew up in like I wasn't rich, but I was in like the upper middle class neighborhood, right? And it was like everybody would come to like my neighborhood and the neighborhood next to ours. The ones next to ours was like the rich fuckers. They like during Christmas, there'd be like 2-hour long line of people going in there to see all the Christmas lights and stuff. Shit, man. I used to sell like sodas and water and stuff. Well, they didn't have bottled water back then. It was like sodas. I'd walk up and down the road where everybody was like sitting there waiting. And I'd sell like sodas for like 50 cents a pop or some shit. And I'm like making some money. Till, of course, the fucking pigs came down and like bitching and moaning. You can't do that, son. You can't sell that soda to these people. I'm like, fuck you, pig. I ran off. Always ruin the fun. Damn it. So that's one bad thing about, like, I don't know what you can sprue kits or what. I don't have the instructions in front of me, so I'm just kind of throwing shit together here. Don't need these fuckers. That. It's true. Yeah, the little investment, $10 costume and get $90 worth of fucking candy. It's true. It's so funny because it's like last year we me and the girls, we went to, so there was this neighborhood I saw driving through it during the week before, and it was fucking covered, man. It was like almost every house was like crazy Halloween costumes. So I'm like, okay, and me and the girls went to that neighborhood, and I dressed up like Jason, and they dressed up like cheerleaders, like Crystal Lake cheerleaders. But yeah, so we had a good time. It was full of fucking people, lots of people, whatever. But it was funny. It was like you would see like families pull up in a truck, and everybody would pile out, and they'd hit everything on that block, and they'd jump back in the car, and then I'd see them drive down to the next block. They'd all pile out, hammer the street, and they jump back in, and I'm sure they did that all across town. I'm like, damn, those guys, business, serious business. We just walked around our neighborhood, man. There was always that one family that had the best shit. You know, there's that one family that had the great candy. You're just like, oh man, their candy, that stuff is the bomb. Yeah. And there was always that one family. There was always that kind of like, you know, religious fundamentalist family or whatever. And they partook. They didn't dress their house up or anything, but they gave shit out, and what they gave out were like little booklets, right? Little booklets, you know, to find Jesus, or why, you know, you shouldn't like bathe in the blood of virgins or whatever it was. And then they give like toothbrushes and shit, and like, you know, whatever shit like that, and that's fine. You know, whatever. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I can dig that. I mean, although you don't agree with it for whatever political or religious stance, I don't have a problem, and that's cool. But you know what? You're not a dick. You're not a dick about it. You know, you're just like, yeah, we don't give out candy, or we don't believe in this holiday, but here's a booklet about Jesus, and there's a whistle and fucking glow stick or some shit. That's fine. That's cool. They're still part of it. It's just modified, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. The coffee crisps. I remember that shit. God, what was the man? Like when I was a kid, I mean, people were still giving out like caramel apples, you know, like homemade Rice Krispie treats. Those weird popcorn, like it's like a Rice Krispie treat, but it was like popcorn. Man, those like popcorn balls. Is that what they're called? Man, those fuckers were good. Yeah, dude, it's funny because we actually had a dentist on our street, right? And that's what he would do. He would give out, you know, the little baggie would have, and we all knew him, and he did it because, you know, it was funny and whatnot. It wasn't like he was being a dick or anything, but he was you know, he's a fucking dentist. So like he would give out, shit, is that the right? He would give out like a little baggie that had floss, toothbrush. It had like those little toothpaste ones, little travel toothpaste ones. And then there was like a booklet that showed like proper, you know, like looking proper, you know, brushing techniques or whatever. It was funny. See, that's cool, man. Man, you can still be part of the fun and not be a douche. I don't know. But yeah, we had and there, you know, and then like if the lights were off, you didn't ring on the doorbell. You know, there was some etiquette. You know, we tried to, and then the people that we hated, that we knew were just bastards. Well, actually, we never tricked anybody, and we never had like assholes like steal people's candy and all that shit. We had some dirt bags on our street, that's for sure, but they didn't do anything like that. Where the fudge? I need an arm that holds like the claw arm. I need a claw arm to hold a weapon. That's the wrong side. No, that's the wrong side. That one? Nope, that's the wrong side. Wrong side. Shit. Yeah, so like, my son's in a wheelchair, so that was always a challenge to find something that he could wear comfortably in his wheelchair. So again, that was always kind of a challenge to do, but we always found something. And he's got really bad sclerosis, so he couldn't sit in that wheelchair for very. It was unique. So it was like we had like things we had to kind of deal with, and he's diabetic, so so it's like we get the candy and we replace it with like sugar-free candy, and then just like, wow, look at that, look at what you got. Because you don't want to, you don't want to. You tell them that you can't have that candy because that's the bad candy. You can have this candy. This is the good candy. Oh shit! I can't find an arm for this damn thing. Ugh. Ooh. Gotta look in my giant fucking parts box. I need to go through this part box. It's nuts. Got a bunch of some more Japanese shit. Let's see what we got here, guys. Let's see if I can find that hand I'm looking for. There we go. There's one. Oh, here's some dudes running. That's cool. You always got to keep those parts, guys, because you never know. You just never know. If you need to do some sort of conversion, or if you want to do make some more dudes, or whatever you're gonna do, you gotta keep those bits. You gotta keep the bits. So Justin, I'm looking at you, dude. So I want you to partake in my painting challenge, dude. Okay. Paint up those fascists or some shit. Do something. Do something. Get out of the house and buy a mini. Go buy a gross, gnarly. Oh, you don't have to get out of the house anymore. Shit. You just get online, buy some like twisted, gnarly monster or some shit. Or chicks with big boobs. Something. Something weird or scary. Oh, really? You got in trouble? Why would you get in trouble? That sucks. I remember one year, one of the neighborhood I used to live in, this guy, I don't even know who the hell he was. He was an older kid. He was probably like 15. He was probably 16 or 17. He was older. And he would at each door, he would do kind of like a rhyme. I don't know if he was rapping. I don't think he was rapping, but he would do like a rhyme, and he would rhyme about something that, the house was involved in. Like he go think there's like trick or treat. I want to, get to meet that dog that keeps barking at me or some shit like that. But because he was in front of us, it would be change every time, every doorbell that he would ring. It'd be something, it was pretty cool. And as you get older, it's funny. So when you're a kid, shit, man. When I was a kid, this is 80s, 70s. We had those fucking basic. It was just basically plastic. It was like a plastic, just printed plastic thing, and you had that half mask, and it had like little string, and then just the half mask, whatever. That was the majority of my costumes growing up, right? And then as you get older, when you hit college, all the girls are slutty. They're wearing their slutty stuff. And then all the guys are probably not even dressing up or doing something really easy or pimp or whatever, just stupid shit. But yeah. But then when you have kids and stuff, right? When you have a kid, you go back to it was when you're a kid. You start dressing up if you're a girl, you're probably dressing up like Raggedy and or you're dressed up like a whatever. So it's more jovial. It's not like adult. It's more jovial when you have the kids involved in it, and it's fun. I think it's a lot more fun. Mini War Mud, what's up, dude? Joe, what's up, buddy? Oh, that's 7 or 8. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Canada's different. Maybe you guys have different moral codes. Something like that would be inappropriate. I'd laugh too. I'm like, hell yeah, kid. Stinky feet. Man, I remember like in elementary school, like you'd have like a trick or treat, like every room, like like your teacher would give you some candy or something, and I'm sure that doesn't happen anymore. I'm sure that's lawsuits and stuff. Like, oh, you can't give kids candy during trick or treating, or you can't have trick or treating at all because it's like whatever. I don't know. My kid again. I homeschool my kids, so I don't know what the schools are like now because all I do is hear the bad, the like egregious shit that makes the news or something like that. So I really don't know what the schools are like nowadays, how they're run, or the stupidity of it. I used to date a few teachers. I learned about the real things, the problems that they go through, and the hell that they go through. But so I mean, this is an international crowd. Do like? I mean, if some of you guys, Canada is pretty much like America, right? I mean, you guys have Halloween and shit. But does like do Brits celebrate Halloween? Do the Germans like in the way that like America would, like trick or treating? I don't know. I know that they have those like, you know, I don't know. Honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know if does France celebrate Halloween in the like conventional way where like you go trick or treating and shit. That'd be interesting to find to know about that because I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how or if it is even celebrated anywhere else. And I don't even know if trick or treating like the way it is done today. Is that an American thing or did America take that from somebody else or shit? I don't even know. Be kind of interesting to learn about it. I'm surprised that because usually there's those documentaries, the real story behind Halloween. I mean, yeah, Sam Hain and all the weird pagan shit. And everybody knows about that shit. But it's like the conventional, like, why do we give candy? To why do we say trick or treat? Who came up with that shit? That's weird. It's really crazy. Is that like, I go down a lot of rabbit holes looking for like weird World War II stuff and whatever, and I find these pictures of like old costumes, back in the day. Like how kids like would make shit, like they'd make it like their own, or their moms would sew it or whatever. Some of this shit is awesome. Like I saw a kid dressed up like Captain America. This is probably like 1940, right? Looked awesome. I saw like a green era or a Green Lantern. It's like 1930s Green Lantern. I'm like, what? Or 1940s Green Lantern. I'm like, what the hell? And then there was like really twisted, weird ghosts and witches. And I saw some kids dressed up like Hitler. one like Tojo, and all this stuff. It's so funny. Oh my god, can you imagine a kid dressing up like Hitler today? Jesus. You'd probably get arrested. Oh, so it originated in Europe, but it's not celebrated. That is wrong. What's wrong with those people? What's wrong with them? I don't know. It's just I find that nowadays, I mean, for real, not as many people do it anymore. Like in my neighborhood, there was probably, and I live in a trailer park, guys. So there's probably 100 trailers here. Most of them are pretty nice, pretty new and stuff. But this is a lower income area, and but I last year I took my daughter out, and I would say there was probably out of the 100 that are here, there was probably only like a dozen people doing it. And to be fair, last year we probably got shit. We stayed until when did we stay? When did we go out? We left the house around 7. I think we left the house at 7. And before 7, we probably had like, I don't know, a dozen like kids, like little kids come by. And then we came back home around 8 or not or 8:30ish because we did a live game, me and the girls. And I think we might have had 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3 people. That was it. Like ring the doorbell. And then the year before that, it was the same thing. It was maybe a dozen people at the most. So I'm like, I don't know. But then like I hear like people are like, I hear on the radio all the time. There's like, come do your Halloween at this fucking like trunk called Trunk or Treat or something like that. So it's basically like it's usually in the parking lot of like a church or like a community center or something, and it's just people would pull up, open the trunks, kind of like a car boot sale, I guess they would call it back in England. But yeah, people would just give out candy out their car trunks, so kids were safe or something. I don't fucking know. So I'm like, I guess that's cool. I mean, it's at least they're getting it in somehow, right? It's not necessarily the way I would want to do it. That was another cool thing about it all was that like you're walking your neighborhood, right? We had hell, man, I was always outside when I was a kid. Rode my bike around town. And don't get me wrong, there were some fucking points where someone was like out to get us, like doing bad shit, but we got away, luckily. Don't get me, I mean, because I remember one time some dude was running us down, trying to get us, me and a couple of my friends on our bikes, and shit, man. We rode our bikes as fast as I could to our house, and right when we got into the driveway, the guy started to pull up in the driveway, and my brother and all his friends were hanging out. And I had older brothers. I'm the youngest, so they were all like drinking and shit, just chilling, like in the backyard or whatever. And I'm like, dude, there's some dude chasing us, and they came out and they were about to fucking rumble. That guy drove off, but I mean, I don't know what was going to happen there. I mean, that guy could have done something fucking crazy, but So I mean, you got to be vigilant, guy. I mean, I don't think you should not do things because of fear, but you definitely have to stay vigilant. That's why I tell my kids, "What are we? We're vigilant. Let's not do things because of a fear. Let's not succumb to the fear. Let's just do what we can do, and just be aware of our surroundings, and have a plan if you have to." So. I just think a lot of people just would rather do without just because of the fear instead of like just have fun, but just be careful. Just be careful. I do love me some liquid cement, guys. This shit is the bomb. Shit. It's so funny because when I was a kid, you would use that gel, that tester's gel, and you dip, and then there'd be the string. You're like, what the fuck? I got strings all over my stuff. Oh, the worst was like doing like aircraft cockpits. Shit, dude. I still hate those things. Hate painting them. Hate gluing them on. It's just a mess. trick or treaters, but I live out. Oh, you live out in the. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, I think that's the way of the future is like a collective area we all, everybody congregates to and just do it there instead of like walking the street. It's just, it's not the wrong way. It's just different. I don't know. I think it's cool to like, see the houses and if they got their houses all made up or whatever. I thought that was always pretty cool. Checking out people's scary stuff, pumpkins, seeing all the different kind of pumpkins people got. It was funny. It never failed. Every year, if we didn't pull our pumpkins in, we'd wake up in the morning, those fuckers be smashed in the street. Which is fun. It's no big deal. Who cares? Shit. It's so weird. It's like I was at the grocery store the other day, and there's these girls behind me, and they're talking loud or whatever. And they're talking about, oh, I'm not going to get any pumpkins until October this year because we made our jack-o'-lanterns, too early and they rotted. I'm like, no shit. What planet are you on? Those things corrode quick when you cut into them. We do it like a couple days before Halloween. Just like, I guess they're not teaching how to make pumpkins in school anymore. Fools! What's wrong with you? All right, got those 2 Japs done. I needed 2 more Jap infantry to finish off my shit. So that got done. Tension Lab, what's up, dude? Saw your new video about the weird World War I. If you guys want to check I guess there's a new game out. I can't remember what it's called now. It's a weird World War I. So Tension Span Lab has a cool kind of like a intro, just kind of like his opinion of it. So pretty cool. It's cool to see. I know Modifius is coming out with a weird war Rome, like Roman Empire. So you got like Cthulhu in Rome times. That's pretty cool. A war transform. That's it. Yeah, dude. You were talking about there's not a whole lot of World War I out there, but Gaddis Gaming, they have he has a Shattered Crown kind of timeline where it's kind of like World War I after War of the Worlds. So they're using that tech from the alien tech in the war. And he has some World War I stuff. He's got like some interesting things there. So you might check that out if you're looking for some Weird War One though. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, dude. It's like, it's so weird because I was like driving, me and the girls are coming back from going on that street, and it's like the whole neighborhood is just dark, just darkness. I'm just like, what happened, man? What happened? What happened to this like fun? It used to be fun. Listen, if you're poor and you don't have the money, I get it. I do not, no judgment there. Okay, I get you. I get it. Trust me, it's a luxury thing. But you know what? If you can do it, do it. Shit, what's the big deal? You watch a monster movie, you watch Frankenstein, while the kids ring the doorbell, and you see all the cool costumes, and you interact with your neighbors, and you meet people, and you form of a community, and just this stupid, fun little kid thing. But it's got to get all politicalized or fear based, and all. I don't know, whatever. It's just weird. Yeah. Dude, yeah. So Mutt, you were telling me, what, last year or something, someone stole all your fucking Halloween shit. Man, fuck. It's nothing worse than a thief, dude. So shitty. Just stealing your shit, man, that's bullshit. What would they do with it? I mean, they take it home and put it in their front. That's what you should have done. You should just drive around the neighborhood and look for your shit. It's like I would mark it. I remember my dad, guys. He was so. I mean, he was pretty anal. He was a great guy, but like his tools, right? I mean, so my dad like was a big tool guy. You know, he worked for the Army Corps of Engineers. Like that's what he did for a living. But at home, he was like a craftsman. He was a carpenter and fucking awesome. Anyway, he had all these great tools. But he would like etch his driver's license number on every single one of his tools, right? And I'm like, shit, that's what you need to do, Mutt, is just etch your driver's license on all your fucking, outdoor, decorations, and then canvas the neighborhoods and the pawn shops and see if you can find that shit. That sucks, man, that people screw that stuff. Oh yeah, dude. He's up there a lot, man. Yeah, Lee's a good guy, dude. He's pretty cool. He's a good guy. You'll find him in the parks. Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. That sucks. People stealing your shit. I mean, it's like, has it always been like that, guys? It may have been. I mean, I don't remember. Guys, honestly, I mean, I grew up in the same town my whole life, right? Same group of people, same neighborhood. I grew up the same fucking place, and I don't think I ever heard. And then don't get me wrong, there was good guys and bad guys like any fucking neighborhood. I never heard of anybody stealing someone's decorations. Now, we would like roll people's houses with toilet paper or throw eggs at their, at their mailbox or some stupid shit. Like, that's stupid kid shit. But I mean, no one stole anything. No one like destroyed anybody's shit. No one I mean, the only fights I ever got into was, the bully of the, and you kick his ass once and then it's done. You just don't ever talk to each other again or whatever. But yeah, dude, it was just, I don't know, man. Weird. Just weird. Weird. All right, I'm going to dive into this damn T-34, man. I said this platoon of T-34s. Hobby Boss. Woo! Man, Hobby Boss, Brian. Woo! It is parts galore. Parts galore. Most of the shit's going to go into the bits box because I'm not doing an interior. I'm not going to model the interior. I'm just doing the exterior because these are model pieces. So I got to get it. And then, oh man, these tracks. Ugh, boo, hiss, boo. That's what they do now. That's a lot of tracks I got to do, guys. Three vehicles worth of tracks. Ugh. Oh, dude, that's awful. That sucks. So, Attention Labs saying that the jerk faces will come up and they'll slightly unscrew one of the Christmas lights out of the 5,000 lights you got out. Oh, dude, that is brutal. Dude, that's rough. That is rough. Oh, damn, man. Sneaky kids, dude. Sneaky. Yeah, it's funny because, like, just like any neighborhood, you got a divergent group of people living together, right? So, and then like kids, especially if this family or these people are a little different, the stories come out. It's like, hey, those guys. I remember there was this one family, and this was, I mean, so for like the rest of our lives, like we played this game called Spies, right? And it was basically hide and go seek and kick the can, but at night, right? Anyway, so we'd be like hiding in the neighborhood, at night, playing this game. So we're hiding in people's yards and their bushes and shit or whatever, without being shot, I might say. And I remember this one neighborhood, like, obviously what happened was, like, now that you're older and you have rational thinking or whatever, this guy, a cat probably crawled into this guy's, like, bushes and died, right? And then like rotted, right? So it was like bones, it was like cat bones. So like for the rest of our lives, that family was the cat killers, the cat eaters or some shit. And it was just like it's just like you just like manifest this story about this family, and they're like forever like like cataloged in the neighborhood as the cat killers. They're eating cats over there. Look, they got bones all over the place. It was crazy. It's just so funny when you go back to think about it. You're just like, what are we thinking? It's like so. And I remember like, and then like being dumbass kids. And then there was this one family, and this is a tragedy. The oldest son committed suicide, right? And like shot himself, killed himself. And so as kids do, because we don't understand that, right? We came up with like, oh, he was a devil worshiper, or yeah, he was going to murder his parents, but they killed him for, you come up with these crazy stories, man. So forever, that family was kind of ostracized because of what happened, so it compounded the tragedy that was, him taking his own life. Now the kids in the neighborhood, like, avoided that family like the plague. So just crazy. We also had another family who their daughter was kidnapped. I don't think from the neighborhood. She was kidnapped somewhere else, but I remember like the cops were there for like, I remember the news trucks were there for like a week. And there's all this publicity and all this crazy shit. They found her alive, which was good. But yeah, it was nuts. But the microcosm of the world, right? Your neighborhood. It's not as effective. Dude, when you're looking for 148 scale model kits, there's not a lot to choose from, man. So you get what there's available. I mean, like if I was doing 135, shit, there's like tons of different companies that do 135. But 148 armor, it's not as common as you think. Yeah, I mean, I need to buy Friday I get paid. So I'm gonna go buy the gloves I need for do my printing. I don't have any fucking gloves here. None. I got like yard gloves. They're filthy. But I need some nerd told me which ones I need. The Neural or some shit kind of gloves to handle that stuff. I mean, I got my ventilation set up. I got Ryan hooked me up with a thing of resin. Jason hooked me up with a fucking printer. So and nerds hooking me up with the knowledge and the know-how and the STLs. And I just need some gloves. When I get my gloves, I'm gonna start printing. So I'm excited. I think I might print up that Der Glockenspiel, the bell. I might print that up and do that as my weird World War II thing if you don't do it. You're saying that you probably won't because you got a big backlog. So I might do that and make that as my thing, my weird World War II thing. Yeah, not yet. Nitril. Not fuck. I don't know. I don't speak English. I speak American. That war's too hard. Yes, PPE is a must. I agree. I made it 50 years. I'm make a couple more years. I don't die from my 3D printer. I've dodged a bullet literally by a bunch of other shit. I don't need to die from my 3D printer printing up toys. That would suck. That would super suck. All right. It's a pretty good so I'll do it's a detailed kit, guys. And again, I'm not afraid of detailed kits. But so this is so let me show you which one. It's the T-34 85. Was it the flattened turret, 1944 model flattened turret? Okay. It's got 14 pages of but it's full. It's a fully detailed interior. So we're talking the engine. You're talking like the fucking springs, the internal suspension, the fuel tanks. I mean, you're talking about the turret. Look at that. There's the engine. Look at that shit. That's great. I mean, boom! You can paint individual oil streaks in your your fucking engine. So there you go. This is the T34 for you if you want just like insane. It's even got the radiators. Jeez, it's like it's cool though. It's gonna look great on the battlefield. Yeah. So attention span. A Nerd's Nerd just did his own version of the thing. Looks just like that one from the Thingverse, I think, but it's got legs. It's kind of cool, like almost kind of like landing legs. Kind of neat. Got some guns on it too. Yes, Nerd was telling me that if you let it get on your skin for a while, it'll burn it. It's free too. Attention span. So attention span. I don't know if you know, but go to Cults, CULTS, and go to a Nerd's Nerd channel or whatever account. I know you're a Weird War guy. Tons of weird World War II stuff, guy. I mean, tons. And it's like, it's like, okay, here's a Pershing tank with like, the 90 millimeter on it, and phaser gun, Tesla that you can put on it, so you can go crazy. I know you're a kit basher, so go check his stuff out, and it's all free. I mean, if you want to give him some money, you can, but I mean, he posts it all up there for free, so that's why we love him so much. Thank you, Nerd. He's the man, the main man. Isopropyl, whatever alcohol. So I should get some of that alcohol just in case. Is that what you use? How do you clean the machine? I take it the machine has to be cleaned after you do it. I'm sure there's some sort of residue or something on it afterward. Do you pour like, I don't even know. It's going to be fun. I don't know fucking clue how to do it. So I'm excited to try it out. Okay, yeah. So Nerd says he started with the one from Thingiverse, then added landing gear, pour, anti-grav boosters, and a bit more detailing. See, that's awesome, dude. Only have to clean it up if you mess up. Yeah, that's cool, dude. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to check it out this weekend. I'm definitely do it. Well, Mel was talking about going out somewhere, like going somewhere. Leaving the house costs money, but no, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna do that this weekend. Yeah, I'm definitely. Look at that. That whole sprue is the engine right there. I think that's all engine parts. So I don't have to look at this one. See ya. Get out of here. From whence you came. Basically, I'm on the turret right now. I got the chassis done. The hull is done. Now it's just, I'm eyeballing what I have to do on the inside of the turret, so it'll work right, so I can go up and down or whatever, like move. Not that matters. I don't care if the gun moves up or down. Again, this is a representation, not a simulation of the war, so it doesn't have to work exactly how it's supposed to. We use our imagination for that. Cool. It's not hard. Yeah, so Nerd said that none of his stuff is, what did you call it? Supported? But you said it's easy to do a support. You just plug in like whatever slicer, is that what you call it? The slicer software that you use. You just like plug in the type of model you have, and it does it for you or something like that. So I guess heads up for anybody who doesn't know anything about that. Just there you go. Now you know. Denatured fuel alcohol in my cleaner. Yeah, I have the water soluble resin. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that shit box or shoot box does supports pretty well. Yeah, I heard that's a big thing is like trying to like because like I guess your printers are only so big like the base or the plate. I think it's called a plate. It's only so big, so like you gotta stop, cat. So you gotta like make sure it fits vertically or whatever. You gotta kind of fit it on that base to get it working. All right. Portals or what are we doing? The vision blocks. That's what I'm gonna do. Vision blocks. So instead of like just having a one-piece cupola with molded vision blocks, right? It's got 5 individual vision blocks you put in there, right? You put into the hole, and then you put the cupola frame on top of it. Or you could have just one piece, pre-molded the vision blocks in there. But hey, it's the fun of building shit, right? It's the fun. It's fun. But this is gonna leave me lots of kick-ass bits, the stuff I don't use, so I can like make crazy shit. Hell, I probably got enough bits for T-34 engines. I could do like a warehouse of like T-34 engines. Then we could fly it on top and shit. That'd be cool. A press slicer, auto support, solution. Okay, that's cool. Shit. Lots of time to kill, huh? Yeah, that's why I've been working on these for fucking I don't even know how long. I should get them done by this month. Maybe. What are those visual? What number is that shit? D4, folks. D4. That is the winning number. D4. Got a bunch of like shells. That's cool. Like little tank shells, like with on brackets. Put that on something. That's pretty cool. All right, where you at? There's some MGs. There we go. D4. Man, I tell you one thing about getting old. Getting old ain't for pussy, guys, because my eyes are shot. These are like the maximum reading glasses, and dude, it's still in labor. But I need to get. I see some of these these badass painter guys online. They they have those like vision like little whoop, it comes down. It's like a magnifying glass. I need to get one of those damn things. Like they some of them have like shit. Some of them have like built-in built-in lights on them and stuff. That's what I need to get. Christmas. That's like it's like being a dad, right? It's like you're skipped on your birthday. You're skipped on Father's Day for the most part. Like Christmas, people usually buy you something for shit. Where'd that piece go? Damn it. But Christmas, they usually hook you up. So usually for me to get any gifts of anything, it's usually Christmas time. Which is fine. I don't ask. I don't need much. I don't ask for anything really. Just be happy, kids. Be happy. Don't go to jail. That's one thing I tell my kids. If there's anything that I've taught them, it's 2 things. Be vigilant and be a force of good in the world. That's it. Be vigilant and be a force of good in the world. Simple. This is a great mantra to live by. Okay, let's see here. And I got big meaty claws too, and that's never a good thing. Big meaty claws. Jeez. Okay, here we go. Is that it? And as a suggestion, guys, you always dry fit stuff. Make sure it's the right damn way. Because although these schematics on here are fantastic, they look great, you still gotta test fit that stuff because, boy, if it don't work, it ain't gonna work. I can't tell if I think that's that way. Yeah, it is. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I have 3 Panther Fs, right? And I have the 148 Verlinden uh mod thing or whatever. But that, shit, that was back in the day. I bought those back in the day, probably in the 90s. Man, Verlinden. You guys remember Verlinden? Man, that stuff was epic. Talk about just like works of art. Verlinden and Shepard Payne. Man, those guys modeling was just like legendary. Amazing stuff. I remember Verlinden doing those big like cityscapes. Just done. Just amazing. Like real. It looks so damn real. Remember, we used to sell those books. It was like they're basically like art books, but they're like models, like like dioramas. Man, his stuff was just phenomenal. It was funny because it's like those art books were always like on sale, like people didn't buy them. I bought them. If I ever found them, I got them because, man, they was just like, I would just look at them for hours and hours and look at all the like detail. And it's like, and the thing is, like, I never saw any of these things, like whatever was used, right? None of that stuff I ever saw in like, the model shops or whatever. So more than likely, this is all like kit bashed or like they just did it themselves. They made it up themselves. I'm just like, that has like a whole nother level of like modeling. That's just amazing. Always had a kick at it. Always had a kick watching or looking at those guys' finished works. Man, this is gonna be weird. Making sure it's the right way. Is the handle down? Yeah, handle down. Yeah, the F turrets are pretty cool looking. They're just kind of angular. They're smaller, and they have like range finders in them, like on the sides. Kind of like the M60s. The Pattons, whatever they call them. They have those like little nubs on the side of the hull. Those are like range finders. So like in my rules, in my Battleground Weird World War II rules, that model of a Panther has better chance to hit at longer ranges because it has the rangefinder on it. So, see, guys, one of the advantages of writing your own rules, just make up your own world. Put those real world tactics in play. If there's a divot in something, you can have a rule for it. I like that. I like detailed stuff. And it's remember, it's like, man, if that's what you play it once and you remember it. You know what I mean? Like in my game, like you can like, like, okay, so you have a 30 cal, right, against the tiger. That's not going to do very well for the tiger or for the 30. But the thing is the 30 can degrade the tiger's vision blocks, right? So that means the crew can't see. You can even shoot the gunner's sight. So the crew's having a hard time seeing now, and you can bust road wheels with machine gun fire. You can detract stuff. You're not going to penetrate the armor, but there's other ways to screw them with something. I like games like that where you can think out of the box, man. It's not just this like, okay, I have weapon A against armor B, and that's it. And you roll the 2 or better. And so much more involved. Catch if it's got stowage on there, it catches on fire easier or whatever. You can steal. You can. Hell, I've had a game where a Russian. No, what was it? It was a German, actually. A German climbed on top of a Sherman, a British Sherman, and he got that 50 on there, and he turned it around and started shooting the other Brits. Right? It's a badass German bastard, right? And then like the recourse to that was that the Sherman next to him just turned his turret and just machine gunned the dude off there. But it was great, man. It's just like the rules allowed you to do that. It wasn't a squad moved up to the tank and just like, oh, you have tank grenades, so you can do damage. No, it's like you got to do something to it, man. You can't. It doesn't just happen. You got to run up to the damn thing, and you got to like pull a grenade, and you got to place it or whatever you got to do. It's not that easy. It's just, and I get it if you're playing a beer and pretzels. I get it. But I like a little crunch in my gaming, a little more realism. Let you do a lot more fun stuff. Man, I need to get some gaming in. Mel's gotten burned out at gaming. So it's like, don't really have her to game with anymore. She's just like, I'm tired of playing your games. Which is, that's fine. That's fair. She's a video gamer. She plays video games constantly, guys. I mean, she is a video game nut. It keeps her off the street. Gotta keep your loved ones off the street, man. They'll get into trouble on the street, doing street things. All right, Justin. Thanks for swinging by, bud. Yes, stereoscopic rangefinder. Hell yeah. So one of the problems about having carpet in your hobby room is when you drop that piece, which you always do, it's like impossible to find. Shit. I can't find it. And of course, the pieces are gray, and my carpet's like a grayish brown, something. So it's like I can't find it. That's all right. I'll find it later. Later. Just need to fit these pieces. So we were talking about like vision blocks, right? Well, you can shoot up a vision block and destroy it, right? But so in saying that, the crews can change the vision blocks out inside the vehicle. So there's a reaction to that action. They only have so many, but you know what I mean. So they're not completely, this giant king tiger isn't screwed. They're just gonna have to, take an action or a couple actions to pull out that damaged vision block and stick a new one in there. But gunner sights, I think most tanks carried one spare gunner sight. I think. But yeah, if you jack up that gunner sight, man, then the commander can still lay the gun by sticking his head out the window. But when people are shooting machine guns at you, that's not always the best thing to do. Okay, that does fit. Okay, cool. I got those on there, right? Good. Shadow, what's up, buddy? All right, man. Attention, good to see you, man. You guys go check out Attention Span Labs. Shadow, you might like that. He's got some good shit in there. He's also on. You're also on Rumble. I think you're on Rumble and you're on Odyssey. So if you guys are on that too, go check it out. He's also a big comic book nerd, like I was at one time, and you produce your own stuff too. So you guys go check out Attention Span Labs. He's got a whole bunch of stuff in there. You just chilling, huh, brother? All right, Minnie's still hanging. Still hanging. Hanging. Yep. So I haven't watched your show, Shadow, about the prepping for supernatural stuff. I need to watch that. That sounds pretty interesting. That's kind of a good idea, man. Think about that. Like prepping, traditionally prepping is like, the world's gone to shit and society's collapsed and all that crap. Or the zombies or some bullshit. But then okay, so, you're prepping for, some supernatural event or an alien invasion, and you should do that one. Or just some like every week you'll have like a new like catastrophe. Alien invasion, invasion of the body snatchers. How do you survive? How do you stay awake? How do you stay awake? So you don't turn into a damn plant, so the plants don't get you. And you can go from like movies. Like each episode could be like Day of the Triffids, right? How do you prep for Day of the Triffids? So you guys would like hammer out all these cool like how do I, now that we know, because, Day of the Triffids, salt water kills the Triffids, right? So it's like, okay, so I'm living in Texas. I'm not close to any salt water. How do I protect my family? So you just do that. That'd be really cool. So you'd be really specific. And then you'd have like all these different, like, okay, so there's an alien, like xenomorphs on Earth. How do we like the Earth? If you guys haven't read Alien Earth War, it's pretty good. It's like the xenomorphs get onto Earth. It's a clusterfuck, but it's pretty interesting. But yeah, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? It'd be pretty cool. All right, there's one cupola, whatever you guys call it. I say cupola. All right, so that's done. So five extra steps where if they just like molded just one piece cupola, but no, I got to put 5 vision blocks in there and then put the cupola on top of it. It's all good. I can do it. I can hack it. I'm really into like post-apocalyptic kind of like movies and stuff. But the one thing like I get why it's like this, but like so much of it is like it really becomes man versus man. Let's say let's say a zombie apocalypse, right? Like The Walking Dead, my God, it was more people fighting each other than it was the people fighting The Walking Dead. You know what I mean? And I'm like, don't get me wrong, I'm not naive. I mean, I'm sure there's a level of that going to happen, but I mean, do you think it really would be at the level of like The Walking Dead? I don't know, man. It's just like people listen, like let's say like the wars that we have in this world, right? If the soldiers just said, look, I'm not going to fight your fucking wars anymore. guess what? There's no fucking wars. They're done. No one's gonna fight it. It's like, look. Now, being good or bad, it's just like, man, people, you got to stand up. Don't be a servant. Don't be a drone, man. Just bleh. Man, the world isn't that simple. I get it. I mean, things are complex. I understand that. But man, it's just like, if people were just to say no, just because you wear a fucking uniform and you hold an office doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. If I disagree with your laws, I'm not going to follow them. Now, I'm not naive to like say that, there's going to be repercussions for that, by the system that, makes money off it or makes a living off of it and all that. But you know what? Yeah, whatever. Dunkin' Donuts drive. Damn, Brian. Ice mocha latte with oat milk. What the fuck is oat milk? So Shadow, don't watch that show. It's just, read the comics. If you want to get into the Walking Dead world, read the comics, dude. And you can do that for free. I'll shoot you a link. Let me get you a link for all that shit for free. Read the comics. The comics are good. Just go to free comics